I say yeah. What's get out my face, bro? Where? What's good? Welcome back. It's your boy, motherfucking Jones. And if you're new, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not new and you don't know my face like that, get familiar. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Drop that tape. Today, we got a good one. We got something along the lines of where I've been trying to go myself, especially communally. My man's came home not too long ago and has been a trailblazer since. And it doesn't put it past me to know he was a trailblazer, and that's probably why he ended up where he was. But in all reality, he took his talents, and not to South Beach, but he brought them to his community to make sure a lot of the things that he learned didn't have to be relearned, and if they did, they could be learned in a smaller scale. So without further ado, let me introduce the man, the 914 United man, Mr. J.O.
What's up, brother?
Hey! How you feeling today?
Everything healthy, man. Everything healthy. Happy to be here, man.
Honestly, these niggas is wilding and clapping still, but I've been looking forward to this conversation for a month now, and probably up until I want to say, like yesterday, I was like, why does this feel so like? We had like what, a 3-minute conversation. It was like, yo, bro, you trying to pull up? Yeah, fucking give me a couple days. I hear some dates in it. I never really had it that efficient, you know what I mean? Especially with someone that I didn't know, that I was just reaching out to. So I appreciate you for that. But I wanted to start with like, what got you home and straight to work?
Straight to work. I mean, my story actually never started in a nonprofit when I came home. Right? So if you follow my story, you know that when I came home, my interest was fashion. I wanted to be a fashion curator.
Interesting.
So it kind of goes back to what I studied while I was in prison. For my undergrad, I studied fashion trends and urban poverty. Right? Tracing the origin of ghetto fashion to the Jim Crow South.
Ooh.
Real rich thesis, 136 pages. I did a lot of research, 2 years of independent research on this topic. You know, in my research, I found my passion in wanting to like translate, wanting to curate spaces to hone and understand the significance of street fashion. Right? So I came home 2018, I applied to Parsons, the new school. It's like the Harvard of fashion.
Right.
I got awarded nearly a full scholarship, you know, to go into fashion studies, which is the field I wanted to, you know, build a profession in, and that was my lane. 2018, my first job, I was working with a former congressman in Newburgh, right? That was through connections I had.
I was about to say, okay.
Sean Patrick Maloney.
All right, that's dope.
You know what I mean? And then from there, it was like I had to figure out like how to prep for college because I'm only home 4 months, right? I need money. I'm living with my aunt, and I had to translate just work the transition part. I'm still on parole. Then I secured a job working in the Empire State Building. I was a contractor for as a researcher.
That's dope.
That was my lane. That was the first nonprofit I ever worked for, and I had no interest in staying there because I was trying to get into fashion. I left the congressman job, and then from there, I actually got an unpaid internship working in Spring Studios, this event production company where they launch a lot of New York Fashion Week.
Okay.
I legit went to this unpaid internship.
Like Spring Hill or?
Spring Studios, it's downtown off of the West Side Highway. It's like real bougie, big, like Vogue events is happening there.
Right. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
I've done seen a lot of the top celebrities come to this space. Basically, it was an event production space where I was working as an independent contractor, helping them oversee and working alongside the event production team. But it got me in that space to give me some experiences around event building, which is kind of tied to curation. So the whole summer, that summer of 2019, 18, I was that was 2019, sorry. I was still trying to transition for school. So I started working downtown right here in the waterfront in Dolphin. I was serving tables, right? This is my transition home, serving tables. I was working for the congressman. I left that job, transitioned to the event production company. Now I'm doing those two, getting ready for school.
Right.
September 2019, I start school full time, 4 classes, right? Holding down 2 jobs.
Right.
And it was in that first semester that was pivotal and what got me to nonprofit, right? Because I had what I call a slight mental breakdown, right? I was home less than a year. I was in school full time, working 2 jobs. I never slowed down to really just enjoy the fresh air, bro. I was on the move. I was too focused. I was too goal oriented.
This is just why I asked that question. Cause like for me, to build what you've built, especially in the short amount of time that you've built it, like, bro, the traction that you have, a lot of people are still trying to build that type of traction.
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, being goal oriented, X, Y, and Z, that's like the good fabric of a lot of good, hardworking people. We would like to say the pull them up by the bootstraps or whatever the case may be. But like at times, that does not work all the time. You know what I mean? And for me, I'm like, yo, dang, you came home and you had to immediately get right to work because 5 years, what I've been doing in 5 years and what you've been doing in 5 years, same, like damn near the same thing. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, bro, I feel burnt out. And you was coming straight home to like a lot of new shit. Like, when did you go in?
2007. Right? So I served almost 13 summers. But that's the thing, like coming home after so much time, and I done educated myself on all,
Right.
formally, informally, right? I came out with so much information that like I had a plan, and it was to execute. I just moved too fast trying to achieve that goal, right? Trying to accomplish the plans that I didn't really realize I was taking on too much.
Right.
And that's what happened in my first semester, where I basically had that slight mental breakdown. I tell my story, you know, coming off the train, and basically like just feeling like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. Because I had to let both my jobs go to keep up with school. I'm still behind on school. Now I'm broke. So I was like in this gray area that I couldn't figure out. And
Right.
What I ended up doing was basically saying, you know, no to education, yes to mental health.
Right.
Right? I withdrew from the program, and that was the beginning of my vision for 914. Because I
Right.
realized people like me, I had support in that experience. Right? I thought about many people come home from prison, specifically in the city of Yonkers at one point. There was no real resources for nobody. There wasn't no group to reach out to like 914 United. To, yo, my bro just came home. Can you not help him navigate the transition?
Right.
We did 15X and like that. We had none of that, at least when I touched down. So my inspiration started to see that there was a gap in our city, and that's when I shifted my career.
Right.
And I got into the nonprofit space.
That's
2020
beautiful.
is when I started the vision, tied up with my Brothers Keep Alliance.
Right.
Right. Started working with them in the schools. That's why I learned how to tell my story. First time I told my story was January 2020 in front of a group of seniors. And
that was right before the pandemic started too.
that's literally how it worked. Right before the pandemic, I wasn't working still.
How did that transition?
But the pandemic actually helped me because unemployment.
Right.
So like, if I had to be told, right, I was broke between leaving school and then trying to get a job. I was volunteering with MBK. I wasn't working. I wasn't paid.
Right.
I was building my experiences. That was an investment. I was trying to get a job with the schools, but because of my background, like it's not that easy.
Right.
So, in fact, shout out to my boy Lamont Badru, executive director of CDGC in Yonkers. He's our board member now. He gave me my first contract. Right? My first contract right before the pandemic in that transition with MBK.
Right.
And learning how to tell my story, trying to put some bread in my pocket to like give a 4-week workshop on what I call the mask.
Right.
Shedding the mask we live in. Right?
That's interesting.
So that kind of kept me afloat. I'm still trying to find jobs. Nobody accepting me. I'm getting denied left and right. So when the pandemic hit, it kind of gave me some cushion, but my urge just I went harder.
Right.
I was still working with the youth. We went from going in school to now online.
Right.
But now when the pandemic hit, me and the bro, John Cabrera, co-founder of 914 United, was like, yo, we got to do something for our city.
I was about to say, how did that even, because I know shaking and moving and doing the things that you need to do to make sure you feel comfortable to keep, pursuing whatever your endeavors are. It becomes like a daunting task at a certain point because, like you said, whether you was home or not home, I feel like a lot of young men go through this, feeling like you have to provide for yourself and figure shit out yourself. But in all reality, what I'm hearing is like, yo, bro, you've had a beautiful support system. And not only a beautiful support system, a support system that you've even recognized. Because a lot of people will use and keep using, and then until people like rip it away. Whereas, bro, you've capitalized. You capitalized on so many opportunities that it's like, yo, bro, of course niggas want to throw another opportunity your way and see you hit it out the park. I'd pitch to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
Pause for y'all weird niggas. And it's like, yo, how does one, like, cause I don't know how John was, or you know how his situation was per se, cause you're so vocal about you. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it sounds like niggas is about to fucking come out those pipes, dog. Nah, it sounds like something's rolling over us, actually. But either way, niggas is disrespectful. I wanted to know how you guys rekindled, or did you ever lose?
So like, bro was supporting me when I was away.
No, not that, cause I've seen pictures. I know y'all been down since
kindergarten.
That's different, and I have those type of people in my life as well. And I'm not gonna say it's a Virgo thing, but we know how to maintain relationships, bro. The ones we want.
Facts.
But in all reality, bro, like how does he like watch that and then be like, this is the moment? Like, cause even you saying you was shucking and jiving as soon as you came out, it's like, yo, was he like, yo, nigga, all right, fuck it, we gonna do whatever you want to do, but or
I think
it was like, yo, all right, nigga, you did all of those things. Now I think we need to go here and implement some of the shit you know how to do.
Yeah, I think it was the first, right? It was the latter, right? That or the first thing you said, where
right.
he was the main supporter from the beginning.
Right.
And when he seen I went to Lincoln High School, that was our old high school together. I got kicked out in 10th grade. He got to graduate.
Right.
And he see the speech I gave. It was kind of like motivating for him. And he understands because he was, you know, he flirted with the streets too. You know what I'm saying? And he became successful, became a family man. You know, has a great career. So I think him understanding the value of what I was trying to do, he was on board from day one. He got involved with MBK as well. We both became mentors. And as like the vision kind of grew by happenstance. Like it kind of was like we was doing this together. The city gets hit by COVID. We outside now doing something different. We organizing relief effort work now. We not even mentoring besides the stuff with MBK. And it was in that like transition with COVID work that we kind of got so much recognition and built a brand identity that we were forced to organize, right? So people would ask questions like, yo, who are y'all? You know what I'm saying? And we ain't had no real answers. Or are you a 501c3? We didn't know what that was. Right? So those questions forced me, I'm a leader at heart, like, nah, we gotta come correct. And I started really thinking about the brand identity from the beginning because I started knowing what's going on already in Yonkers, but what was missing.
Right.
And that's when like the vision to step in the gap, to provide the city what was missing with everything we was doing, that it kind of just like had a snowball effect. We got a phone call from Bronxville like, yo, we see you doing great work in Yonkers, we love your story. All they know is a year and 3 months of my story at the time, right? So they like, you know, we want you to come speak at this march because George Floyd had got killed.
Right.
So now I'm speaking on behalf of George Floyd, talking about systemic inequity. I'm putting on my intellectual hat on, and here I'm formerly incarcerated. And I think what gained the appeal was the narrative, right? Like young individual, 30 years old or 32 at the time, or 31, formerly incarcerated doing community work.
Right.
I think that was like a unicorn. Like that narrative has so much appeal because it was like one of one.
It's still a unicorn.
Yeah, there's a lot
No,
of
you have a lot of people that are doing it, but how many of us are coming home daily? How many people are, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there, but we here talking about you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Like I think specifically for the outsiders, it was like, yeah, this is different. Got my first speaking engagement. Y'all spoke in front of 1,000 people, right? Then I got called to go to Hastings, another Bronxville, Black Lives Matter rally. I spoke there. We raised $5,000 to speak for 5 minutes. That went to the organization. So now me and bro, we take the money, we invest it back into the organization, build the website. I hire somebody from Fiverr, Bangladesh contractor.
Right.
I'm going in, working, building the page, doing a GoFundMe. Now we doing like the foundational pieces And then I got my first job. I started my career in the gun violence prevention space. And that was right there at the Yonkers YMCA working with Snug.
That's fire.
I started there. Then I got my first contract working inside the county jail, the youth offender program. Who's now the deputy mayor of New York City, was the first deputy commissioner.
And when was that? That was right
2020.
after?
Like this was August 2020. So from January to August, I was shaking, and then August is when I got my first job, full-time employment, then getting my first contract. Used the contract experience to build 914's mission.
Right.
So now I'm going into the jail, I'm doing programming, I'm creating curriculum around manhood training,
right.
which is build off of the contract I got with Lamont. See how all the pieces start to come together.
What I'm
now
saying.
I got a full 10-week curriculum around manhood training, which was pieces that I was using to tour with NBK. My speech, and I turned them into programming, to like workshops. And it just became like a pilot program for me where I was going into the facility every week, 2 days a week, working with the youth offender program, kids 18 to 24. And it's proud to say that my team is in there as a staple of programming in the youth offender program.
That shit is beautiful, bro.
Something that we started in 2020. It's just a snowball effect, bro. I was working, grinding, building a mission, and it's been now 3.5 years. We're going on 4 in April. So it's been a crazy, fast journey. I got a team of 13 behind me. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of movers and shakers.
It's been I feel like movement begets movement, right? You was already moving, bro. It wouldn't have happened like this. That's how snowballs happen. You know what I'm saying? With movement. But I think the snowball starts to mean something, and it starts to take the actual shape of a snowball and moving as fast as you needed to when you're more intentional. And I feel like, yeah, you was moving, like you said. You was out here and exercising your now known freedom. You feel what I'm saying? You wanted to figure out what the fuck you actually wanted to do, which is fine, you know? But thankfully, you know what I'm saying? Thankfully, you are the type of person to not shave off or cut off your opportunities. You feel what I'm saying? Because had you had done that, and I'm just saying this because I see myself in you. Like, you are older than me and you move just how I move, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to see the next couple years, because I've already been saying that. Not even saying that, but also the snowball effect. And like I said, we've been saying the same exact shit verbatim since we sat down. And bro, like the growth that you've implemented, not even the growth that you've shown, because niggas could show growth all day and be weird behind doors. It takes a lot to actually implement. You feel what I'm saying? And you can't really hide implementation. You know what I mean? The people around you, it shows. Your movements, it shows. And for somebody that pays attention, and like I said, you guys came on my radar a little late, because for me, during the pandemic, like I said, I was outside as well. So trying to figure out my own things, trying to figure out what I'm doing, how I'm gonna do it, what I need to do, and trying to get those pieces together, I was like, yo, I need to do more work myself. And I went back to the drawing board, you know, and in me going back to the drawing board, I'm now at the place that you were, which is now capitalizing and understanding and implementing. But like, for you to be 501(c) now, to be exactly where you said you wanted to be and growing, what stops you from making this like a school, bro? Like, for real, like on some G shit, like a charter school. Like, what is stopping you from really getting in the community how it needs to be done? Like, cause great niches are awesome, but the tools and the things that you're talking about, they're not only, like I said in the beginning, it's not only for these kids that are in the justice system, but these kids that don't want to be in the justice system, but end up being there because they feel there's no more options. And yes, like you said, the preventative work, but also I feel like it's the work that should have been done. So we're kind of doing retrospective work.
No, it's funny you say the charter school, because that's one of our like long-term goals. Right?
Stop! Look, 100%. I'm telling you, bring me on the team, bro. I'm gonna throw some. I can put something on the table, bro.
Nah, listen, I appreciate that. Yeah, so and it's tied to something that I mentioned that I want to make the full connection with. So when I reached out to NBK, I reached out to who was the principal that expelled me from the school, and he was a superintendent.
Full circle.
And I made that call to get into NBK was through the former superintendent now.
Right.
literally him and I are talking about making 914 into a charter school. It's in conversation, there's nothing manifested yet. He gave me the idea, because what I want to do, so speaking on the long-term goal, right, is create a charter school that works directly with system impacted youth.
Right.
And gang influence youth.
Right.
So taking all of the curriculum that we have, but implementing it with an original educational structure and parking that in Yonkers, so it can offset the fact that a lot of these kids don't have access to charter schools, right? So we want to create access, right? But why we haven't got there is, I'm a big believer in now taking my time, you know, gotta crawl, walk, and run.
Right.
I think now we're walking.
Definitely.
We was crawling before, right?
Definitely.
So the walking phase is so important, because it's like we warming up for the run. And I think that if we stay where we at, right, with the vision and being intentional, there's a lot of times me and the team, we want to do so many other things, but I'm like, we got to stay focused on the vision, because all that's going to come, but we got to get here first.
You are implementing and showing skills that people in the business world hold to themselves. Because not only did I have to learn that through trial and error, you had to learn that as well. And a lot of people don't have these types of talks and these types of honest conversations, especially with their mishaps and wins as well. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's where I fucked up. I started walking and saw a chance to run and took it, but forgot to stretch. Like, that's the most important part. You need those legs to get you there.
The marathon.
Right. And for me, I was the legs. I am the legs to just about anything I'm doing. And I had to understand that. And if I'm gonna be the legs standing up and holding everything up, I need to be well rested by the time I need to run. You feel what I'm saying? So that comes with giving myself grace, being able to pivot when things are a little bit too rough. I'm gonna go over here. It's not running or being avoiding, it's understanding now deeper than what you did before. Cause like, I just was moving to show I could. Now, like you said, more things are intentional, more things are more timely, you know what I mean? And it's like, yo, bro, if you could say one thing right now to like the youth to help them get in front of themselves before the self-sabotage thing becomes like a learned habit, what would that be?
So you said, what's the one thing? Wait, repeat the question.
What's the one thing that you would say to the youth right now that would not allow them to do what you did, but help them understand how to move forward even when these things do hinder them? Whether it be mental health, whether it be finding the thing that you actually are in tune with, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what per se it would be for me, but I know I can't just say one thing. But I do know you've implemented a lot of things
100.
here recently that could probably be said.
Yeah, no, 100. I think the youth gotta kind of accept who they really are and not really let society determine that. I think that we in a culture that's giving them the wrong message.
Right.
And because of that message, they place these toxic standards that they think that they have to achieve in order to survive in their environment. And adopting these standards, right, trying to achieve these standards, I think that they become something that they really not.
Right.
And it's not really who they are. I think about us growing up, right? Like, we all start from a good seed, you know what I'm saying? And we allow our environment to influence who we become. I put on a mask, I called it J.O.
Right.
Right, that was my mask. Everybody had a mask on because we live in a really hyper-violent environment. And then we become this other version of ourselves where now we start to lose our innocence.
Right.
And once you kill your innocence and you become this other person, what happens from there is outside your control.
Right.
And usually there's two outcomes when you're not walking in your true purpose or you trying to be something that's not you, right? And as we see the outcomes, it's prison, right? If it's not prison, it's death, right? If it's not death physically, it's mentally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like those outcomes, I want them to understand that, you know, you have to, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You know what I'm saying?
Whew.
And you gotta be able to have that knowledge of where you want to go, but in order to know that, you got to know who you really are.
That's I couldn't have said it better myself, because that's what I'm coming around to. That's what I'm recognizing, that not only our young men need, but more importantly, our young women. That's a different conundrum. But for our young men, I find it I find it easier. I find it easier just because in all reality, we just don't have the spaces. We really don't. We don't create enough of them, at least. You know, we do have them. We have them. We have our homeboys' crib that we all go to smoke, to feel the love, to feel the chill, the whatever, the peace of a home or whatever the case may be. We know how to find those things. It's just making it cool again. Fuge says something in an episode that I'm releasing next week. Stay tuned. But I it probably might not even happen. But in all reality, it's about how we as black men, not only black men but men of color, deal with our things. You know what I mean? And for me, when he said it, I didn't really understand it because I'm the type of nigga, like, anything I want to do, I feel like it's lit, so I don't care what anyone else has to say about it. Sure. And that's like what kind of allows me to forge my own path. But in all reality, he spoke to something that was very important, and he was like, yo, bro, you got to think about it. This being smart and all of that other shit ain't been cool for a minute. So that's not what's happening. Niggas is not doing that. And I was like, yo, that's crazy, because back in the day, like even as early as or as late as 60 years ago, niggas is wearing suits and that shit is fire. Niggas is walking around with books in their hands and it's cool. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Now niggas is walking around with guns, they not even busting and they acting cool. Like I still see the disconnect, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's implemented in so many piss poor manners that it's like, if we had more guys that come back from the other side and learn and implement and realize, like, yo, damn, if I would have just been told this or shown this or that little tweaks and then actually implement it, bro, that shit is different.
I actually was gonna say like that, but that's our work, right? Like
that ass.
914, that's what the gap is, right? Is that we brought a bunch of solid men and women together, right, to step in the gap to give that positive message, right? We talk about positive mentorship offsetting negative influences. Right. So in our mission statement, we want to create access to safe spaces to help individuals realize their full potential. Right. So we about creating those safe spaces, right, and then changing the brand messaging. I think what their message looks like is drilling, is gang time, gang time, oppie, whatever we want to call it. But when you got a bunch of solid individuals that's jumping in front of that, like, nah, here's an alternative though. Right. Here's the alternative message. Right. It's cool to go get therapy. It's cool to get a job. It's cool to finish school. It's cool to start a business. It's cool to not have to drill. It's cool not to bang, right? And even deeper, we say, because when you do those things, this is the message that we have as credible messengers. We know what the outcome is, right? Right. Half my team were former gang leaders. You know what I'm saying? So they understand what that looked like. We was in the streets. I went away for a man down. I understand what that looked like behind that wall. Right. So now we giving them the dark side and then say that's what's happening in the road you go, in the route you going. But here's the brand messaging, and we need more individuals beyond 914 United to step in the gap and give that same message. We need more individuals showing the totality of life, the whole picture. Cause in all reality, bro, if you just kept the pretty parts, I don't think you'd be here. Yeah, facts. I don't think you'd have the credibility. Yeah. No, I know you wouldn't. You feel what I'm saying? The difference is, bro, like you said, you gotta walk how you talk. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, even the kids nowadays, you got niggas coming home and getting disrespected. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just having an alternative, like you said. You got niggas coming home and ain't learned nothing different. Facts. They implementing the shit from the young niggas. That's why these young niggas feel like they could little bro to big dudes. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you're working at a very foundational plane, and it is interesting. It is very interesting, and I already, spoiled the beans with the charter school shit. But like, what's next? What's next for 914 United? Well, we about to get our first location.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, we about to lock in this first location, Central Park Avenue. Okay. It's in the agreement phase right now. It's actually gonna allow us to pivot how we program. So to talk a little about what we do for those who don't know that's watching your show. Like right now we have like a decentralized model of programming where we bring programming to the community or to the people that we serve. So right now we have my team, we go into Woodfield Detention Center twice a week, working with the kids in there, young girls and boys. We go into the county jail where I started my career as a contractor at the Youth Defender program twice, soon to be 3 times a week, working with the young brothers from 18 to 24 all throughout the Lower Hudson Valley. We got partnerships with the Yonkers School District where we go into certain schools, we do empowerment assemblies, we do workshops, we recruit youth that need guidance, we put them in our program and we assign them a mentor. The mentorship coaching is happening all week, every week, right? And then we work with Family Service of Westchester with youth coming out of OCFS State Juvenile Detention Centers to our program to get mentorship for their transition, right? And we also provide support to their guardian, right? So that's happening all week, every week, but the programmatic pieces is what we're doing in these facilities and in the schools, and we're also cycling different programs in the community. So in March, in our new location, we're going to be launching what is one of our programs called One Step Ahead. So the One Step Ahead idea is that it teaches career development and financial education.
Okay.
Now the goal is when you touch down, we want to get you one step ahead.
Right.
And that's giving you the access to understanding how to build your credit, how to store your money, what bank do you choose and why, right?
What we should have been learning in fucking high school.
100%. So then that comes with the career development piece of resume building, mock interviewing. That's through a partnership through Morganized LLC, who she's our specialist that comes in and she does that work for us.
Right.
So we about to do a actual 4-week workshop it's a partnership with the Bank of America. They have a simulator, right? And the simulator is like the kid or the individual going through the simulation is learning real life decision making with finances.
So right? Like opening bank accounts,
yeah,
Roth IRA,
it might be a
shit like that,
where,
right?
Like those shows, the game Sims,
right?
Like that, but decision making around finances. So like a kid might be about to go party, just got checked. It might pop up like, what do you do? Do you go outside or do you save for your bills?
Right.
It's gonna give them real life scenarios so that they understand what real decisions look like and the consequences to those decisions.
Right.
Everything for us is consequential thinking. That's one of our workshops that we teach in the facilities to get kids to know that when you make a choice, there's something that's coming behind it.
And allowing them to learn that in a safe space. Because like a lot of us, we had to learn our consequences the hard ways. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody could have done 13 years. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times, bro, people are doing things in neglect of thought of the consequences. You can tell just by the actions. Shit, you can tell by how people are getting jobs and doing this, because honestly the consequences aren't really shown as important, you know what I mean? But you guys are showing that, decisions, intentions, they have a very real place in this world. That's why they're here. And yeah, we've had a very long time of people acting like we just are out here and don't know what we're doing and letting the internet just say shit. But people know how to people. People know how to people. But what's popular is not the good peopling. You know what I mean? And a lot of the people that are on the internet and, championing and doing a whole bunch of shit that's not cool, I think their time is coming. Because, like, the kids, they've always been the truth. Yeah. And you working from the ground up, and oh my God, I'm already watching kids tell their parents, like, yo, you're bugging, you're doing this, that, and the third shit. Even it started with my generation. Like, why are you talking to me like that? I didn't do nothing to you. And it's like, yo, it's so beautiful to watch, and I can't wait to see your spot come about. Word. I can't wait, because I know that charter school is a 5-year plan, because I know how it works. But in all reality, like, I said that because I see the vision. And man, like I said, I would love to, even if you got a little spot for your boy, I would love to be a part of this, because not only does it speak to all of the things that I know we need in the community, it speaks to a lot of the things that I'm also trying to build in the mental health space. Not even just with implementation and things of that nature. It's more so the uncomfortableness and the talks and the conversation that I feel like we've neglected for so long that, yeah, we could talk about it, but now you got the implementation side of it, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, bro.
Shout out to my team, man. Like, without them, our growth was not possible.
That's a fact.
The team is putting in that work. I mean, weekly. Like, we can't even show everything we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, that's the direction we're trying to go, is to let people know that, like, 914 is active, right? Like, you see just kind of the surface on Instagram.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of trauma that comes with this work. There's a lot of challenges that come with this work. And we really trying to demonstrate leadership, right, in real time. And I think through our demonstration, we're trying to show the youth that it's possible, just that simple, right? Like we going back to our hoods, or we talking to the young kids that's coming out, or even dudes that from our era that's coming back home. They see us as a source of inspiration because we showed that it's possible. We live in examples, right? You ain't gotta watch us on TV. You actually know us. You can feel us. You can call us. You know what I'm saying?
You see me the other day, like type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like we accessible. You know what I mean? So like, I think our city's missing that kind of like consistent, genuine impact, right? From organizations that look and reflect the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people jump into the space for their own cynicism, for their own self-interest, right? We not doing that.
I was about to say that was something that was very evident, you know, especially how you started. To be honest, I can tell that you are the face just because the mind and the motion. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a twofer. You feel what I'm saying? Like not everybody can move, not everybody has the ideas. You feel what I'm saying?
I like that.
But it takes a certain individual to be able to do them both, and then for other people to actually trust them to do them both. And for your team, like I've told you on and off camera, like what y'all are doing is amazing, but they have definitely bet on the right horse. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the
horse, we call it the Belgian
because
horse,
look, in all reality, bro, like niggas could talk the talk, but you gotta also be able to walk the walk. And I'm just happy that, you know, you're trying to at least promote walking the walk as well as talking the talk.
Facts.
So keep doing what y'all doing. Rumble, young man, rumble, dude.
Nah, I appreciate it, bro.
Shit, man. You tell everybody where to find you. This is your camera.
Yeah, I mean, you can find us on all platforms.
Plug
TikTok,
it, even
Facebook,
your little personal one that you be hiding.
914UNITED. You know, our website is www.914united.org. Follow me at JO Envision LLC. Yeah, just, you know, follow the movement, get in tune, support however you can, whether you tell a friend, or just come tap in. We here.
Oof. Clean, succinct. I love it, baby.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come check you on part 2 when you in like a mansion and shit. And your kids is doing well. They got their own programs and shit.
Fact.
For real, I see big things. I see big things.
Let's connect, bro. This is
definitely.
You know
definitely.
I
don't know about it. You might think I'm annoying, but I'm like, yo, you remember? I had a question actually that time.
Nah, listen,
Bro.
we here and we gonna invite you to the space. We're gonna do a soft opening soon.
I'm with it.
Once we lock in,
Definitely.
everything is official. We're gonna do a soft opening. You know what I'm saying? Have the partners in the community come in.
Word.
It's gonna be dope, man. You're gonna meet the team in full effect. And you know, this year we got our annual gala coming up in November. So I don't know if you missed the last one.
I did. I peeped that,
definitely
and I was like, yo, that's fire. They did a gala. Yo, that's fire. Not even on some, like, why I ain't get invited. I was just like, yo, I don't even know them like that, but that's super dope. But for me, I had to do my homework.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not no fake nigga. I don't know how to keep it a rack with you. Like even the accessibility to Jadakiss and Styles P, like I don't think they understand their superstardom. You get what I'm saying? Like that shit is just beautiful that you can just talk to them about the dope shit that they're doing. You know what I mean?
Especially SP, man.
Especially SP. Yo, bro, he's different, bro. The things that he's doing, how his mind works. You know what I'm saying? Like Jada and his son, that generational shit is just different. And what I'm saying and seeing is the onslaught of like positive shit, like so much positive shit that like, yo, it's like drill music. Like it's cool, but like, yo, but did y'all see that Jadakiss and his son was on the pot? You get what I'm saying? Like that's what's going on, and that's what I'm loving. Like we're getting back to the balance, cause like we got the drill shit, we can shoot them up. We all like to see some ass shaking. You feel what I'm saying? We all like to dance a little bit. We all like to let loose, but in all reality, the balance that's coming about is so beautiful, and I'm happy to witness. I'm happy that you even came on. Thank you for coming.
Nah, thank you for having me, homie.
Of course. This has been Up and Coming. That was your boy J.O. This is your boy motherfucker Jones, and this was another great fucking episode. And if you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. It's been your boy, and we out of here.